Hello everyone, I'm Casiana from R&R Partners Bucharest, and today we'll discuss about annual leave for Romanian employees. Just as daily breaks are important to recreate and regroup our energy to work later in a much healthier way, annual leave also has an important role in our entire work as employees. What is annual leave? As the name suggests, it represents a period established by the employer for the individual or collective employment contract in accordance with Romanian legislation, for which the employee has the opportunity to request paid days off during the course of his activity. Vacation pay cannot be less than the basic salary. In other words, if Z earns 200 lei per working day, he will earn the same amount per day even if he has 5 days of vacation. At the same time, during the holiday, you cannot receive meal vouchers if the employer offers you this right during the performance of the activity. What is its duration? The minimum duration of annual leave is 20 days, established by Romanian legislation. The employer can set a greater number of days, but never less. In the case of employees who work in difficult, dangerous, or harmful conditions, the blind, other disabled people, and young people up to the age of 18, they benefit from at least 3 working days in addition. Are public holidays taken into account? No, they are not considered. You can read more about public holidays in Romania on our website. Do I have to take the annual leave? In principle, yeah. It cannot be waived, but the remaining vacation days can be compensated in money only if the individual employment contract is to be finished. Also, only if there are justified reasons why the employee cannot take the leave either in full or in part, the employer has to grant the unused leave in a period of 18 months, starting from the year following the year in which the employee was born, right, of the employee. Concretely, if X was employed on January 1st, 2022, and has 22 days of leave per year, and by December 31st, 2022, he has not fully taken the rest leave for justified reasons, then the employer will have to grant him to X the 22 days of leave per year until June 13th, 2024. In addition to the 22 days he will have for the year 2023, and the 11 days he will have until June 2024. Also, we are very active in the social media, so you can visit us on our Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn or YouTube and just press the button subscribe or follow for more information valuable as this. If I was on maternity leave, do I still have the right to the annual leave? When determining the duration of the vacation, the period related to the maternity leave will also be taken into account. Yeah. And if the maternity leave occurs at the time of the vacation, then the latter will be interrupted and will continue after the termination of the first. For example, Y has been employed since January 1st, 2022, and March 1st, 2022 is the first day of vacation. He has, according to the individual employment contract, 24 days of annual leave, which means that until March 1st, 2022, he can take 4 days off. On March 2nd, 2022, Y enters maternity leave, and after completing it, she can continue her rest leave of 3 days, plus those accumulated during maternity leave. This period will be equal to the period of activity performed. Can I return from vacation early? Yeah. A request can be made to return to work. If there is an urgent situation, then the employer recalls the employee from a leave. He will have to pay any damages caused as a result of the interruption of the leave. Am I entitled to have this annual leave even if I work part-time? Having an individual employment contract, regardless of the period and regardless of the working schedule, the employee has the right to rest. But if I have a company and I have signed collaboration contracts, a collaboration contract doesn't have the same regime as the employment contract, so those who choose to conclude such contracts unfortunately will not have the opportunity to take days off. If you need some legal advice, please contact us at this number or book a consult on our website.